Tucked between the Rio Colorado and Pico Bonito mountain ranges lies one of Honduras' most unique eco-luxury stays, the lodge at Pico Bonito. It's not just a place to rest, it's a place to reconnect. When we got to La Ceiba, we arrived by ferry. We didn't set up transportation in advance because the resort told us taxis would be waiting at the port to take us to the resort. Pro tip: if you're using taxis in a new country, it's a good idea to check the typical fare beforehand and make sure to confirm the price with the driver before hopping in. After getting off the ferry, we saw a line of clearly marked taxis. We checked the price and asked the driver to take us to a grocery store to grab some snacks. Because there's not much around that's safe to walk to if we get hungry or thirsty at night. A local we met in Utila mentioned that if we wanted any late night snacks or drinks, it's best to grab them in La Ceiba before heading to the lodge, since the restaurant and bar close early. We lucked out with an awesome driver. He took us to a Walmart. Yes, a super Walmart. He even waited outside while we went in shopping. They had everything we could think of, and we left with enough snacks and drinks to throw a party. After weaving through the busy streets of La Ceiba, we finally left the city and headed towards the stunning Pico Bonito Mountains. It's about a 30-minute drive that takes you through small villages and a huge pineapple plantation that seems to stretch on forever. Before we got to our destination, we turned onto a low-key road, and that's where the real adventure began, with a slow, bumpy ride up the mountain. Opened in the late 1990s, the lodge was created by conservation-minded entrepreneurs who wanted to show the world that comfort and preservation could coexist. It sits on over 400 acres of lush tropical rainforests, home to hundreds of species of birds, mammals, and butterflies. It became world-renowned when conservationists captured photos of wild jaguars roaming near the property, something almost unheard of in Central America. This was not your typical high-rise hotel resort. Instead, guests could choose from a variety of charming private cabins, each featuring inviting porches and relaxing hammocks. Experience that tranquility and comfort of a true getaway in a rustic setting that feels like home. The property had an infinity pool with a jungle view, spa services with local botanicals, bird observation towers, night walks and butterfly gardens, and a snake house. Everything here is designed to be invisible to the forest. Elevated walkways, low-impact architecture, and natural landscaping to attract wildlife, not push them away. Guests have spotted anteaters, kinkajous, toucans, and even ocelots from their balconies. Breakfast came with our room, but we had to pay for lunch and dinner. There's also no all-inclusive options at the resort. We hardly ever had lunch since we were still stuffed from breakfast. If we did get hungry, we just grabbed some snacks we had brought with us. The Itzama restaurant is the main spot at the lodge, named after the Mayan god of wisdom and knowledge. The menu mixes fresh Honduran ingredients with a bit of international flair. Think grilled fish with mango salsa, coconut curry shrimp, and handmade tamales wrapped in banana leaves. The dinner portions were huge and really affordable too. After a day of adventure or just chilling at the pool, we would kick back at the Jaguar Bar. The cocktails there are as colorful as the rainforest and the mountain views. Picture oversized comfy chairs and sturdy dark wood furniture. Exactly what you'd expect in a jungle lodge. We loved keeping an eye out for birds and jungle creatures we hadn't seen yet while playing Crick-Rack, a fun card game that Raja and Linda had always enjoyed. Whether you're here to birdwatch, write, disconnect, or explore. The lodge becomes more than a hotel. It becomes a part of your story. But adventure doesn't stop at the lodge gates. In our next episode, we'll trek into the wild rafting rivers, climbing waterfalls, and learning how this region brings out the explorer in everyone. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Next up, Rainforest Adventures in Pico Bonito. Until then, I am the Beyond the Badge Traveler.